Z Money, what's up? Maxilla, what's up? No, you missed first by about a half a second, Maxilla. Yeah, how y'all doing today? Brando, what's up? Yeah, we just got started, man. Maxilla, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Things have been going good for the last week here, and right now we're in the process of trying to make some money. Is that Mr. Consister? What's up? How you doing, man? Welcome. Well, you're getting what I can read on the screen because I will forget that in about 30 seconds. We're making some beads. We're making some beads that are going to go up for sale on Whatnot through a friend of mine so we can make some money. I think they usually sell for 35 to 45 bucks. Like I said, he's the one that's been selling them. He's not in here right now. But he's the one that's been selling them, so I think he's been getting 35 to 45 bucks for them. Yeah, it's not too bad. We split it 50-50 so that he makes some money and I make some money, and that way I don't have to worry about shipping or anything like that. Yeah, I got Wi-Fi turned on. Yeah, it's just like I've got stuff I've been sitting here that I need to ship out for a couple of months now, a few months. I'm not good at shipping stuff out, so I got him taking care of it because he is good about shipping stuff out and getting it out the door. That's why I don't sell them myself. Yeah, he's been leaning on me pretty hard to get some more of these made so that he can get them up for sale. I think he's trying to get some money put together for the holidays and kind of reduce the impact of December on his wallet. Artur, what's up? How you doing, man? Y'all are gonna have to forgive me if the noise becomes wild soon. We're just doing beads. I've got 2 videos on Cardboard Slayer to catch up with. Yeah, the Forbidden Cheese Show. I've got 2 Cardboard Slayer videos that I got to do, and I don't want to get a third one backed up, which I'm going to have to get those probably before or after work shortly. Or before or after work tomorrow, or the day after. No, I'm not killing no cardboards today. No, we'll do that on Sunday. Yeah, we all like guns here. Now, y'all are gonna have to let me know if the noise that comes off of this is unbearable. I'm not sure what it sounds like on your end. Tusk, what's going on? How you doing, Joe? And yeah, we are on to beads, I guess. Y'all let me know how bad this noise is, because I don't know what it sounds like to y'all. But this stuff's been chattering a lot. Oh, damn. Nice, Brando. Good find. No respirator, Tusk. I probably should wear one, but I don't. Hey, this one's not chattering like crazy. Yeah, this one is not as loud as the last one was. See you later, Consistent. Have an island to swap. They're going on sale through my buddy at on Whatnot, Michael C 0101. He's taking care of sales because I will never get them shipped out. I'm not good at getting stuff shipped out. He sells them on Whatnot, and these are glow in the dark. I like how sitting there dicing up cardboard. Whatnot is an auction site, kind of like it's a live auction site that a lot of guys are selling knives and multi-tools and EDC gear on. And these glow-in-the-dark beads apparently sell really quick. Pins and Pin Blades, what's up? How you doing, man? It's been a minute. Yeah, I haven't gone on Whatnot because I straight up can't afford to develop a problem there. I've been doing better, man. Things got really rough for a little while, which is why I wasn't online for a couple of months there, but I'm doing better. So I got to get more of these made to get them sold. So here we are doing a live stream on beads, I guess. Yeah, well, I mean, it was crazy. Like, I know what happened. All right, shit got so bad at work that depression kicked in and I just shut down. The thing that gets me is it happened all at once. Like, I was okay, I was holding up, I was doing what I had to do, and then pretty much over the course of like a week, 3 or 4 days or a week, it all went down the toilet. I appreciate that, Joe. Yeah. I enjoy doing the budget stuff. I'm kind of glad to be back into the budget stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I miss carrying. I don't really miss the Manix 2s just because I don't like the lock all that much. But I do miss the Growler XL. I'm going to miss that. But the one we're on this week is like 45 bucks on Blade HQ. Are y'all getting a really pixelated picture? Is y'all's picture blurry? Mine is. Which I may need to reset my router. There cutting up cardboard to pull a shit ton of viewers, but when I'm actually doing work and making something, next to no one shows up. Hi to guy whose name I can't read. Yeah, it also may be YouTube having issues. All right, turning off the Wi-Fi didn't help. Yeah, Jacob Humphreys, what's up? How you doing, man? I think I just got my picture back clear. I'm doing good, Jacob. Just hanging out in the shop, making stuff, and hanging out with you guys. I was just saying, it's kind of funny that sitting there cutting out cardboard to pull a shitload of views, and then doing something and making something uh, gets next to nothing. Like, thankfully, I'm not doing this for the views. Like, I'm not a view whore. I just find it funny. I don't speak any Arabic, unfortunately. I wish I did. Oh, there's our pixelation again. Son of a diddly. Yeah, I think YouTube is having problems. All right, Joe, I appreciate you being here for a few minutes. God, this pixelation is bad. I'm hoping this clears up. I'm hoping it's just YouTube fucking up. I really am. Yeah, I'm hoping to be here for a while. It depends on how long my lower back holds out. Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do about it. I think it's on YouTube's end. I think I'm going to go reset my router and see if that does any. All right, coming back, guys. I'm going to have a hard time reading comments for a little while. So bear with me. We're using 2-part epoxy resin, and we got a ton of glow-in-the-dark powder in here. Yeah, router's still resetting. Are we still pixelated as all hell? Gotcha. I'm still waiting on my router to finish resetting so it's easy to read comments. The device I read comments on is Wi-Fi only. Come on. This router takes for fucking ever to reset. Okay, there we are. We're back. Let's see if that made a difference. No, apparently Wi-Fi ain't helping. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've tried Wi-Fi and I've tried 5G and I've tried Wi-Fi. I've reset my router. I've got no clue. Yeah, YouTube may have just decided today ain't the day for me to get a clear stream. Man, chat went dead. Where'd everybody go? Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen a screen this pixelated on YouTube. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a screen that bad. We're supposed to be entertaining each other. No, I haven't turned a pen in forever. Like I kind of burned myself out, and for some reason, after the divorce, after my divorce, I turned a few, and then at one point, I'm just like, I don't want to anymore. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I know I was using that to go downstairs and do something when the ex-wife had started a fight that I didn't want to participate in. It's just like, you know what? I'm not arguing with you. I'm going downstairs and doing something else. But it's kind of like reading. Before the divorce, I read a lot, and I could sit there and read most of a book, if not the whole thing, in one sitting. Ew, AI, gross. But after the divorce, I can't sit there and read. So I'm not yeah, if I was locked up, I'd definitely be reading a lot. Like, hey, you got any books on how to escape jail? Oh, it's checked out already? Son of a bitch. 6-month waiting list? Really? There's the unwanted noise. I think this was like 30 bucks on Temu. Like, this is a Temu wood turning tool. God damn, that's a noise you don't want to hear. Yeah, one thing that I've never seen at a garage sale is wood turning tools. I mean, like the last garage sale I had, I picked up jack stands for next to nothing and a table saw for next to nothing that I'm scared of using. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I've used table saws before, but it's been a long time and I'm still a little nervous around those things. So now if I got to cut anything, I just use the bandsaw. And if the cut's all ragged and fucked up, it's all ragged and fucked up, I deal with it. And here I thought I was out of the good sandpaper. But yeah, for some reason, like I've hit a point where like I don't even trust jack stands anymore. Like I'd rather leave the car on the ground and contort myself into the worst positions possible to try to avoid using jack stands. Chainsaws I'm fine with. I've got years and years of experience slinging chainsaws. That doesn't mean I'm not still extremely careful with them. But I am comfortable with chainsaws. Matter of fact, like I've got a bit of a fear of heights, probably from taking a couple of really long falls when I was a kid, like falling a story and a half, taking like a 15-foot fall, and getting up and walking it off. But like I was up in a cherry picker, and my foreman was swinging that thing around like crazy. Scared the shit out of me until he handed me a chainsaw. He handed me a chainsaw, and I was like, all right, I'm cool now. We can party. Yeah, I used to take the tip of the chainsaw and write my name somewhere on the trees I was cutting down, just so that it was there. But I was also working on various installations. Like the last place I had to run a chainsaw was a golf course I worked at. So I wrote my name in one of the logs we cut up so that it was just there in the brush pile. Yeah, hey Woodinator, what's up? Yeah, it was apparently an emotional support chainsaw. Yeah, after that I was like, I'm going up in that fucking cherry picker. Give me a saw. All right, Pins and Pins Blades, have a nice one. I appreciate you dropping by, man. God, the number of concurrents is so low. Jesus Christ. I tell you what, guys, I'm just waiting on the Christmas holidays to be over. I am not a very festive person. And work is about to be very, very fucking crazy. Yeah, I just got done playing Fortnite with my youngest kid. Well, the viewership will be back on my next Cardboard Slayer stream. Cardboard Slayer pulls a ton of views. However, Beads, I guess, doesn't really pull that many views. Like I said, I'm just a little gobsmacked because it's, again, cutting up cardboard. Well, no, like I came back to good live streams and everything. That's not the end of the world. You know, like I said, I'm not view whoring. It's just fascinating. You know, it might be the time of day. I know early morning when I was doing that, I was pulling a lot of views from the international crowd. I loved seeing like 113 concurrent viewers. You know, which for most channels isn't a lot, but for me it's a lot. And you know, I kind of hit the ground running. And I probably should have gone ahead and done the videos on the last 2 cardboard slayers that we've done. So I've got 2 of those in the backlog that I need to do. But I figure I'll catch those before I do the next cardboard slayer. I tell you what though, I am happy that AR RPM9 on the last one came through. Yeah, I enjoy Fortnite, but not playing solo. I'm not going to go in there and run solo. If I'm going to run, I'm going to run with somebody, and I don't have somebody to run with all that often. Now that being said, we did pull one victory royale out of our asses. So I play on console. My PC is ancient, and I tried running Rocket League on it, and I got a frame every 2 seconds, basically. And honestly, I can't handle mouse and keyboard. I've been a console player for so many years now that I really can't adjust to mouse and keyboard. I'm getting too old to really make changes like that. Because I think I read somewhere where once you hit a certain age and your skills start to decline a bit, you never really get better, not significantly. Just your video game skills decline, and they kind of stay in a decline. What's going on, Punisher? I can't play inverted. Fuck that noise. Jerry, what's up, brother? Yeah, I miss Call of Duty World War II. Like, I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted to fire up the PS4. Very tempted to fire up the old PS4 and dig up World War II and run that for a while, but oh god, those are some warm farts. Oh, that sounds nice, Jerry. That sounds nice as hell. Yeah, well, I've got a PS5, so I haven't touched the PS4 in a couple of years now. Um, oh god, I tell you what. I tell you what, I'm still pissed off at. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I beat the game. Got the BMW back. And I had a chance to play with it for about 5 minutes before I had to leave the house. I get back home and fire up the console and go to load it and race with the BMW that I finally got back, and the save was corrupted. Didn't even get a chance to run the motherfucker. Ah, Jerry, thanks for the golden poo. Well, no, like I can jump back and forth between the Xbox controller, the Switch controller, the PS4 controller, the PS5 controller, and not have any major issues. Um, they all feel about the same to me, with a couple of You know, they all feel basically the same with a couple of minor caveats. Well, I've been seeing rumors, and I don't know, like, all I did was read the titles of videos, but they were saying something about Xbox shutting down production of new consoles. All right, Pun, we'll see you later. Well, I've seen stuff for a while about Xbox ending exclusive games so that their software can be bought on multiple platforms to make a few extra bucks. Because apparently the hardware isn't that profitable for them. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up to date with much of anything. Like I said, all I've read is the title for a few videos as I was doom scrolling on YouTube. So I don't know anything about what's going on with Microsoft or Sony or anything else. Blake Jeter, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, like I don't care for exclusives either. It's just like the little bit of video I've seen about Forza Online where it looks like you're just kind of free driving around and finding jumps and shit. If that is Forza, I want that on my console. I want that on my PlayStation. Z-Money, the Rake brand, I've only got one knife from them. It feels solid, but it feels a little bit blocky. Josh Smith, what's up? How are you doing, man? Yes, we are making beads. Making beads and talking video games. But the Rake, the one that I have feels good. I haven't carried it yet. I've just picked it up and played with it for a few minutes. But it feels good. Yeah, like I said, I think that's what I saw about Xbox was just the hardware is not that profitable. The software, their money is. Got you, brother. I love it when people are watching YouTube at work. I'm not sure why, but I love it. It's like I could be working, but nah. We're doing good, Josh. Things got real hairy for me for a while. Work, just things went south at work and tanked my mental health real bad. We've made some changes to improve my situation, so I'm doing a lot better. Yeah, and no, we're not supposed to be on our phones at work either, but we need them for work. So a lot of guys do end up using their phones. Like I check my email and all that. I'll check Gmail to see if anyone's offered to send me any knives or anything like that, some gear to review. Um, that's mostly what I'm checking Gmail for. But the last thing I got was from Strong Knives, and their stuff looks terrible. So I'm not going to review that because it looks like there's absolutely no way I can give that a good review. I am kind of waiting to see if Tim School of Fish gets a hold of one of those and does a review on it. Yeah, hey Woodnader, and by the way, hey Woodnader, my schedule's been switched up, so I got to email you and pick a date to do. Are you talking about doing like a co-live stream? Thank you for that, Jerry. Um, but are we talking about doing a podcast on your Discord channel, or are we talking about doing a co-op live stream? Like, what are we talking about? Because I'll definitely need you to have some questions ready, because I'm not sure how to keep free flowing. I'm not sure how to freestyle for that long. Especially not with the way my brain's working right now. Like, I need questions. Yeah, I'll get with you over email. I'll find your email again. We'll get a time set up. I just need to take another look at my work schedule. I know for the rest of this week I'm closing, so I'm not going to be available in the evening. And then next week I'm bouncing between mids and closing, so I'll have some afternoons open. So I'll be able to break off for an hour and do the podcast. I'm thinking we'd be better off doing a podcast on your probably be better off doing a podcast on Discord that you can upload after the fact. That's what I was expecting at the very least. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But having some questions on deck. The knife stuff's definitely a hobby right now, man. It's definitely a hobby. It's certainly not paying any bills. Because we can jump back and forth between the mental health stuff, the knife stuff, my personal background, like there's all sorts we can do. I've got a collection of old tools from the 1860s to the early 1900s. Z Money, yeah, I'm kind of poor. I mean, the fact that I got to do this to make some extra money should be a dead giveaway. Let's see if I've got one over here. Yeah, like here we got a wrench from the 1800s that at some point I want to clean up and get the dirt off it. Make it look neat. We're not getting into my marriage. It's fine, but we're not getting into too much of that. A bit personal. Bit too personal there, bro. The reason Josh can ask is because I know him personally. Z Money, you're starting to ask way too many personal questions, dude. Back it off. Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things where, like, just the way my brain's been working the last couple of years, I tend to go totally blank unless I have some kind of stimulus. It would be hard for you to find a question I don't want to answer. Like, I am a very open book. Like, if you've noticed on the live streams, there's a lot about me I will share. Um, there's a lot about myself I will share, especially my background and things I've been through and everything else. Um, what did you just buy those, Brando? Like right now? I think part of it is I got so used to trauma dumping and oversharing that now me dialing it back and calming down on that quite a bit is still like a lot of sharing for people that aren't in my situation. I got you, Brando. I don't have a lot going on with tools, E-Money. Like a lot of my tools I've had forever now, and a lot of those were bought at Harbor Freight. You know, the biggest, the tools that I collected were my blacksmithing tools. You know, I've got a bunch of hammers, I got tongs, I got twisting wrenches, stuff like that. Some of it's stuff that I've made, some of it's stuff that came from friends. But that's kind of where the tool collecting has gone. Monster, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good right now. A good age to start using pocket knife is probably hitting like 12 or 13 years old. But it depends on, it's a case by case deal. Like, it really depends on who your kids are, how responsible they are, whether or not they learn how to handle things safely, quickly. Because as far as growing up, every kid is different. Like my kids, I would not have trusted with a pocket knife at all until they've hit the age they are now. You know, they're adults now and they know how to handle things a lot more responsibly. But up until this point, I would have never trusted them with a pocket knife. Yeah, I need to get back into the blacksmithing shop and make some stuff. But, you know, like I've said before, right now between YouTube and a full-time job, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I think I had my first pocket knives around 12 or 13, but they were also stolen. I didn't really pick up any knives of my own until a bit later. The hell am I doing? I think for me, by 5, I was already drinking coffee. That's my claim to fame. Jamie Cook, what's going on? How you doing? All we're worried about is this little part right here, the bead. See, that's all we're worried about right there is the little bead. Yeah, so you can do that. It's called Lost Wood. That being said, it would have to be a really fine pattern, and I don't have a mold for that necessarily. Among other things, like I don't have a mold for it. And you're talking about casting an entire big ass blank for one bead, basically. Oh no. Hey, Woodinator, I've got to empty out my vacuum cleaner first. But no, the bond between the resin and wood would hold up just fine. I've done a few of them. It's just, like I said, I don't have a mold that can handle it right now. Is the only problem. I think this will be the last one I turn today. What do we think? Do we go to the war room and practice some freehand sharpening? I think we go to the war room and practice some freehand sharpening for a little while. My dad gave me this lathe like 15 years ago, something like that. No, it might have been closer to 20 now. Good God. But yeah, my dad bought this for me many years ago. Speaking of which, I need to text him and see how he's doing. KO, what is up, my brother? How are you doing, man? Sir, that is a lot of pasta. But yeah, you can buy a MIDI lathe on Amazon if you want. Like, I'm so tempted to order one for 200 some odd bucks just to get the variable speed controller that I just turn a knob on instead of having to move the belt. But I don't feel like it's I don't feel like it's worth it for the little bit of extra convenience that I'll get. Death Metal Son, what's up? How you doing? We're doing beads now. I'm trying to figure out what to do afterwards. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to lie. Because this is bead number 6, and my lower back and my arm is starting to really crap out on me. This would be a MIDI lathe, M-I-D-I. News Radio, what's going on? No, they're lanyard beads for hanging off of your knife or your multi-tool or whatever you want to bead for. If you like lanyards on your knives, that's what these are for. However, tree decorations aren't a terrible idea. These guys do glow in the dark, so that could be interesting, but these are going to a buddy of mine that's going to sell them on Whatnot. Death Metal Son, we have done tons of 3CR. We have done tons of 3CR by now. Now that being said, 3CR will usually last around 45 minutes on a factory edge, and then an hour and 15 to an hour and a half on an 18 degree per side mirror polished edge. And right now I've got two videos I got to make with the remains of Cardboard Slayer from that fake S90V and the Pyrite Light. Y'all bear with me, I gotta air bath myself. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to have a standing desk. One of those desks that's adjustable, but I ain't got the kind of money for that. After after paying to have the car fixed, I've got maybe $130 left in the YouTube account.
Garage door.
Like I've got a separate account for or a separate bank account that all my YouTube money goes into. And that YouTube money, like I said, is down to like $130. Kiwi, what's up? How you doing? Kiwi, I'm doing good. Yeah, this thing's dull as shit. Yeah, this is the Ozark Trail Valor. Yeah, I figure this is a good chance to practice some freehand sharpening while I'm on the live stream with you guys. I always push on mine. This one is 14C 28N. No Haywoodinator, I go in dry. But I always go with the push on this. It seems to get me better results than trying to push pull. Now I will pull it to break the burr off. Ah, dude, nice. That's what I'm doing, man. Were you not being patient enough, Brando? Oh no, Death Metal Son, there are different ways of sharpening. You can do all push, you can do all pull, you can do push pull. You can alternate. But I've found that I get the best results just doing push, and then I'll do a light pull pass to get the burr broken off. What I've got right here is I've got strops that are loaded with diamond emulsion. These are Cutting Lace EDC's diamond emulsion. You can buy it on Blade Binge. I've got 9 micron, 5 micron, 1 micron, and 0.1 micron. These two, what's his name? Aiden bought these for me off of Outdoors 55. And these two were like $10 on Amazon. 77, what's up? How you doing, man? Oh, nice, 77. Hope you're having a good day, man. See, and it's not where I want it to be. Tech Diamond Tools. They've got a coarse side and they've got a fine side, but I'm using fine side on all these. Around the cabin, what's up? How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I know I can hold a more acute angle. That being said, Yako, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, right now my grind angle is kind of whatever allows me to get away from the thumb studs kind of dictate the grind angle because I'm trying to not drag the thumb stud down the length of the sharpening stone. The studs on this one aren't easily removable. Killer Llamas, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, I was out of commission for a couple of months there, man. Are you doing socks or what you want to do with that $1.99, sir? I mean, it's still cutting, it's just a little fuzzy. Are we shaving? We're shaving. I still have them. Some of those still have batteries that work, man. Which one do you want? All right. All right, let's break out that one that Punisher couldn't sharpen. Now, this is one Punisher said he couldn't sharpen. Let's see if we can sharpen this thing. Yeah, no sharp. Caleb Morris, what's up? How you doing? There once was a girl named Bernice, who circumcised men with her teeth, done neither for fame nor for love of the game, but to get at the cheese underneath. Yeah, there's no burr coming up on this. Well, we're on a 325 core stone. Switching over to the 1200 now. Jerry, starting the sock game off. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate it. All right, we got socks, my brothers. We got socks. Ugh. I don't want to feed it to Otis. All right, let's see if we got anywhere. Yeah, kinda. All right, look at that, 18 degrees on the nose. Mighty Duck. I don't know who that is. I think Zent's been popping up under different screen names off and on. Either that or he just got tired of showing up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I think Zent's coming in as like Cricket Fans, somebody else, and Z Money. No, we didn't ban him. Not yet. Yeah, I'm not getting a burr on this at all. Yeah, it just may be too soft. Yeah, I have yet to take apart an assisted opener. I just have no desire to put it back together. Yeah, this feels like it might be somewhat hardened towards the center right here. Right in the middle right here. But the rest of it feels really soft. Me with knives, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, me with knives, we're just digging around with sharpening some stuff. We made some beads a little while ago, and my lower back said, fuck you, you don't want to be in the shop no more. So here we are. Yeah, it's the Walmart leak. We're just looking to see if we can get this thing sharpened at all, which so far, my freehand sharpened it, nothing happened. We're throwing it on here to see if we can make something happen with this. Which so far there's been no burr on this thing, so I'm just assuming we've apexed. Yeah, Punisher had this and he couldn't get it to take an edge worth of shit. I just freehanded it. It's felt gummy. Part of it feels slick and part of it feels gummy. Oh yeah, no, I haven't worried about the thumb studs on this one. Yeah, I freehand sharpened it. It's a terrible edge. It was better than when I started. I'll give it that. No, don't tell me you got a lemon from Walmart. Yeah, we're going all the way up to 3,000 on this. Yeah, I haven't even been to Walmart. I haven't felt like going, and I am burned out on Ozark Trail. Maybe next year I'll feel more like getting back into the Ozark Trails, but Not this year. Yeah, I mean, with the Valor and the Elevation, you could do a lot worse. Let's put it that way. You could do a hell of a lot worse for your money. But that being said, you're better off spending a couple more bucks on a Civivi. Nope, not really. I think at this point it's safe to say that this thing won't take an edge. Nah, you're good, Punisher. At the very least, we know that even with nice sharpening equipment, it's not going to go anywhere. This edge is just not going to happen. It's like I've got this thing mirror polished. Like it's sharper than it was, but I tell you what I'm half tempted to do, and I think I am going to do, is I'm going to grind this edge back a little bit. I'll be back.
Garage door.
That got a burr. The 2x72 got a burr out of it. You guys, I'm starting to feel a very tiny burr. Well, we definitely ain't shaving. I think we're in the same place as we started. Yeah, we're trying to see if something will get this done. This is pulling a burr. This is pulling a burr. All right, we're getting a very, very visible burr now. Yeah, we're kind of getting somewhere. Then again, yeah, I don't think this thing can take an edge. Well, let's give her what for at the strop. Maybe that'll help. Nah, hey, Woodinator, I think we're at the point now where we know that this thing won't take an edge. Like, the strop is kind of a last-ditch effort to try to get something out of it. Nah. No, this is an Ozark Trail. It's an Ozark Trail knockoff leak. But I think we're fixing to wrap this stream up so I can go upstairs and relax. Because I got work tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna pull the plug here, and I will catch you guys again. Look forward to Sunday probably. That would be my best guess for the next live stream. You guys have a good one, and I will see you on the next stream. Hey, Woodinator, it just won't take an edge. We've done everything. Oh yeah, you guys stay safe too.